I want to talk again today about maintenance of catfish. Assuming we have stocked our catfish in a pond now, how do we keep them such a way that we have maximum profit? In an environment as this, you have your catfish in a pond, a natural pond, in an earthen pond. But if it's in a concrete pond just behind your house, or in a tank, a rubber tank or a tarpaulin, you can maintain your catfish so as to ensure that you have maximum profit. They are kept to table size, and then you can sell at a good price. Now, to maintain catfish is not a difficult task. Basically, there are some fundamental requirements of catfish that if one does not take good care of, one might end up running at a loss. But these fundamental requirements can be easily taken care of because they are not so demanding. Number one thing that is very necessary in keeping catfish is the water. Water is so important to the life of catfish because catfish enjoy a fresh water. They live in a freshwater environment, and that's what makes them thrive. So if one is venturing into catfish, you have to be sure of a constant water supply. Now, rainfall is not good for keeping catfish. So some people, I think, I don't have a bowl, I don't have a well, so I think I can channel the water from the roof and then put it for the catfish. Now, rainfall is not good for keeping catfish because rainfall could be acidic. Catfish don't thrive in acidic environment. The environment where they thrive best is alkaline. It must be slightly alkaline. So when you use rainwater to feed your catfish, you are going to kill them gradually. So once you have a good water supply, either from the stream, you can channel it from the stream, it's a fresh water, or like this one that is an earthen pond, is getting water source directly from the stream. So because it's getting water source directly from the stream, you know that the water is safe. Then if you are now going to do it at the back of your house, then you can make use of a borehole water, not pipe-borne water too, because pipe-borne water from the government, it had been chlorinated. So because of the chlorine, it is toxic for the fishes. So you can't use pipe-borne water too. So either you use well water that is dug, or borehole, okay, or you use a natural pond like this where the water is coming from the stream. So number two thing that is required for maintaining catfish is what we call the feeding. Okay, if you are not certain of getting the feed available, because 70% of the cost of keeping catfish actually comes from the feed. If you are not sure of being able to acquire feed, then you should not venture into catfish. And I've always advised and advocated that local feed is the best when it comes to feeding catfish and making maximum profit. But if one is not planning on making profit, okay, then you can go for the foreign feed, which are exorbitantly high. Now, when you talk of feeding of catfish must be done properly to maintain their growth. In the next video or some of our videos, we'll talk more about how to feed catfish. So feeding of catfish is very important. Feeding at the right time, feeding at the right quantity, and then giving the right quality of food, not expired food. Then we also talk about the pH. So to maintain your fish, you have to ensure that the pH of the water is okay. So there are pH papers that we can use to test. They are very cheap. They can go as low as 500 naira, and then you have about 20 pieces of paper there. So you just throw it in the water and you bring it out, you compare the color. If it's slightly alkaline, you know that okay, this water is good to keep my fishes. So it's not expensive. You can just go to any of these people selling laboratory kits. They sell pH paper for you, and then you can be checking the pH. Then another thing is the temperature. Now usually some of these things cannot be regulated, like the temperature. There's no way you can regulate your temperature. But another little way that can be of help is when the temperature is so high and you can feel it in the water body, and you can allow inflow of water, fresh water, so that will cool down the water environment. So maintaining of catfish, basically the most important thing is the water level, water quality. So if you have a pond, a concrete pond, it's advisable that you change your water often and often. In our subsequent video, we'll talk about how to maintain catfish, especially in a pond. How often should you change the water? Thank you very much for listening.